who is the best character in Zooba right now? Yes, today I am ranking every Zooba character from worst to first. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and also comment down below which character you think will be ranked number 1. Without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Now y'all, this list is a rich tapestry, which all that means I am including all aspects of the game. This includes pheromones or lower levels, higher levels, primal instincts. Everything will come into play with ranking these Zooba characters. With that out of the way, let's go into the worst character right now in Zooba. Number 49, Tony. It's crazy to think that we're almost at 50 characters in Zooba, but right now Tony, in my opinion, is the worst character in Zooba. And yes, he has solid base stats, and he also has good HP. He got solid choice of weapon as well. The main reason how I picked Tony was the worst character in Zooba. Not only is he one of the least fun characters to play with, but because of his ever-growing and obvious issue he has is the bird. You little snitch. I mean, just GG, his active. He does not have an active ability, in my opinion. There's never no reason or chance to ever use it. It's kind of the way you're not supposed to play a game, that you can't use your skills, and so your skill active. And so I feel like Tony the worst character, mainly because of the fact that GG is not useful for his active, and also he doesn't do enough damage, not nearly enough damage to be viable in any mode. He's not really that good for any mode. And so yes, worst character in Zooba is Tony, and I don't really want to hop on no more because I mean he just sucks right now. Number 48, we have Peppa. Oh man, to actually think that she was actually one of the top characters in Zooba at a time before, it's crazy to think she has really fallen from grace. And yes, Peppa, even though she has good range and she can see, is not even useful at all right now due to the pace of the game, how fast paced it is, and in general, Peppa, it just takes too much time and focus to try to aim and hit players, where the speed is just too ridiculous at this point in time playing Zooba. So Peppa just, I feel bad for her because she's supposed to be a good character. She can see everything, she got the range, but she really needs a buff. And yeah, it just something, a lot of times people don't talk about how bad she is because of the fact she's an OG character, but this OG needs rework right now. At 47, we have Skippy. Now this one may come to a shock, as a lot of people is in love with this character, but right now Skippy to me already is the worst team character. So you already get the dub points for being the worst squad teammate. He's not even useful to me on team modes, as all he just do is just be a punching bag, or you just, an instant out to allow his team to just have a disadvantage. It's like you're playing 4-5 when he's playing team modes. And solos, while though he could be way more useful, he just too easy to, like, I don't know, he just too low HP, and he's close to get one shot anytime he get touched by a player. And he got the high agility, he has the high speed, but his damage output ain't the same like it used to be. I just feel that Skippy is just not the same character. I don't know what the real reason is, but yeah, he kind of struggling right now in the middle, and he just need a little more help in that department as far as damage output. At 46th place, we have Wanda. Now we also call her Big Thick, but right now in the current meta, she's more so like Lil Thick, because ever since she's been nerfed, Wanda has not been the same. I mean, it's been kind of bad. She's been struggling really hard. Her damage output is very, just bad. Her range on her weapons are pathetic. I don't know why Zooba continues just to nerf her. And yes, I know she was very strong in defense, but the fact that she no longer can even be useful to even attack or be aggressive to players, it's very, I don't get it. And even though she's on team mode, she can still be viable. It's just now she's just more of a punching bag on team modes, that anybody got rockets or anything, they could just, eat off her. So like, she's just a free punching bag right now, and they need to change her because she need to get back her thickness and her cake, or she gonna continue just to drop, in my opinion. So yeah, Wanda, I'm feel bad for you. 45th place, we have Ravi. And yes, this one is not more so of the character himself, but right now, as of November, in this current meta, Ravi is one of the worst characters in Zooba, mainly because as I was told, he's bugged. And so this is not really more of an accurate ranking with him, but I gotta be objective, as right now I do not even want to touch or even play with this dude because his active is, it's kind of like the same as Tony. He really rarely got an active right now. If you don't got the primal, you really ain't gonna see no effect with his mesmerize. And so Ravi's struggling mainly because he's bugged, but this one is not really a true ranking because, to be honest, he's actually a good character when he's fit, hopefully. But it's been so long that I can't even say if he's gonna ever get fit. So Ravi right now, he's just pathetic in my opinion. Number 44, we have Elaine, or like some people like to call her in the Discord server, Elaine. Now Elaine is not the worst character in Zooba in my opinion, as she is viable with the sneaking or playing one-on-one. She could be very scary, or if you have the primal instinct, you know, you could be useful as well too. But other than that, Elaine is really struggling in meta as far as like damage output and also just range in general. And so her ability to try to gain on players, yes, it's fairly good, but her damage does not do much for the feel like an assassin. And that's the real issue with Elaine. Not enough range and just too low damage. The primal instinct is supposed to be viable, but I don't really see much of it into play. It's just Elaine kind of struggling right now. They need to give her back her little pounce and some bigger range of her attacks, as it's just too short for an assassin like her that's supposed to be dangerous. And so yeah, Elaine at 45th. At 43rd place, we have Louie, the Horde Master. Now Louie is one of the funnest characters. I will be honest, like I like playing with Louie. He's a fun character, but other than that just being fun, he's not really that good. His rats, while they could be protective and they could be viable at sometimes, they just in general just not one of the strongest units to use in Zooba. And even though you could throw your tooth and claw, they could be a very pesky and annoying. Louie in general, because he don't got much mobility movement or like anything that could give him to make him progress around the board faster, he could sometimes be, you know, easily destroyed by tanks or players that got good mobility. And so Louie, he's not the worst character, but he's just not good either because of his just the way I Zooba designed him. So he just need more of just, I guess, more damage. So yeah, that's pretty much it with Louie. I don't really know much to say except for just he just stuck where he kind of at right now. 42nd place, we have Bali. Now Bali, in my opinion, is not a bad character, but he is a bad character. If y'all understand what I mean, just really like be with me. Bali, he has the makings to be actually a viable character in the game because of him being a tank and also having good damage when you have the primal instinct. And he can also be very useful on team ups when he picks someone up and allows his team to get free hits off the enemy. But because of the main issue, his active and the stun animation you get if you can't land it, and also the difficulty of landing it just in general. And so Bali is down here mainly because of how high skill you have to play. And even if you are a good player with him, you can still have mistakes of when you have do everything the right way, hit your green effect, and you still go in the stun, which get you a lot of L's in Zooba. And so Bali, while he's not bad if you play him well, he's just not consistently good enough for you. And so yeah, Bali at 42nd. Now we out of the tier of bad characters, we're into the tier of flawed characters, and at 41st we got Henry, the Swift Nibbler. Now I know a lot of people like Henry, and a lot of people think Henry is one of these top characters, but right now Henry kind of struggle in the meta, mainly because of how close range he has to face players with low HP, and because of the active, while it's decent, the animation lock or the inability if you can't get up to a player can allow you to get counter very hard against enemies. Henry right now, he used to be one of the best characters in Zooba, but it just over time the meta just changed and nothing really happened for Henry to allow him to adjust or get better. And so the echolocation kind of becomes stagnant now because of the fact it's more fast paced, like I was saying earlier, that him seeing people in bushes don't really change the fact of the effectiveness of him. But low level Henry could be solid, but he's just not the same anymore. So yeah, Henry at 41st. At 40th place we have Molly. Now Molly, one of her flaws is her passive Joey, which in my opinion he's the worst sidekick in Zooba, even worse than GG. Molly in general is not much of a problem, as she does have good speed and mobility to gain on players and to attack players, but she could be easily countered if you're not using her hops the right way. And so Molly kind of struggling more so with her just not having much diversity with her. She's just too basic and simple, and you could become very numb, or she could become too predictable to fight against, as you know that all she could rely on is her jumps and high mobility. And so most players are aware how to fight against Molly, and that's why she's struggling right now in the middle. And Joey ain't helping much to do much to try to at least try to get some heat off her. At 39th place, we have Iris. Now Iris at low levels is very strong, and she could be borderline to a low level person, one of the top characters in Zooba. But once you get to higher levels and over time, her poison falls off really hard, as the damage over time is not as strong as it is when you're lower level, as players don't have healing items. And so when healing items become a factor, Iris poison is not really as strong as other characters that use poison, and so that's lies in the problem. Her primal instinct, when they got enough, has really made her very hard to progress over time or to get higher grandmasters. And so Iris, while she's decent, she's just flawed as far as like having not a good primal. If she get at least a decent primal, she'll be one of the top characters in Zooba, because she has really solid choices of weapons and solid attacks. But yeah, the primal instinct kind of keeps her stagnant, as when you get higher, it just becomes a little tough to win with her. At 38, we have Romeo. Now Romeo is a solid character, but ever since he's been nerfed, he has fallen off over time in the Zooba meta. Not only is his spear is fairly sorry, like it's just sorry, but he cannot really close the gap on anybody that got good distance, and he kind of could struggle against anyone that has easily that could counter him. So when Romeo misses lick, or when Romeo trying to gain, he just can't. He's not good at gaining on players like he used to be in the past. So Romeo just need his spear range back, and I feel like he'll be solid. But he's not the worst character, as he does provide good help on team modes, and also when he fights against tanks, he's actually good at countering tanks with his lick, and his damage output is not as bad either. So Romeo not bad, but he just flawed as far as like not being able to gain on players. At 37th place, we have Steve. Now Steve is a good team character to play. He's not really good on solos, but his team actually could be very sneaky good, as him dropping on players could dish out a lot of unexpected damage. And also when he's able to land his target on a player, they can even receive even more damage. But Steve right now is just, because of the fact how easily countered he could be, is one of his main flaws in Zooba right now. And it's been his flaws for years, but it's just going to be the same with Steve regardless, because to be honest, y'all, he's a hit or miss character. And yes, his hit could be very damaging, but his miss could be as even more damaging to you compared to your enemy. And so Steve, because of him being a glass cane, he's solid, but he's just super predictable to play against, and so that's his main flaw. At 36th place, we have Edna. Now Edna is one of the best team characters to use in Zooba, and this is really carrying her way up here in this type of ranking, because her solo is garbage. She is trash on solos, and you should not ever try to use Edna on solos, as her inability to be able to get away or run, or to keep distance away from players that be aggressive, is pathetic. But on team modes, Edna could be a problem, and so that's the main reason why she got this high ranking. But the main reason why she's still ranked low too, because how flawed she is with playing one-on-one. She is one of the easiest characters to beat straight up if she haven't dropped her trap downs. And so yeah, Edna's at 36. She just needs a little more way to be more defensive when she go against players one-on-one, as the passive is fairly weak. 35th place, we have Ollie. Now Ollie is another character who you will look at and you think he's not that good, or you think he might be bottom barrel, but to be honest, this dude is actually a problem to go reckon against, especially playing one-on-one or even in squads. His ability to 1v5 is one of the best characters to 1v5 with, as his rollback always keep players at bait, and also him being a sniper, he already could keep distance to begin with. And so Ollie is solid to use, but the main flaw with Ollie is because of the same reason I just said. His strength is his rollback, and also his active to eating grass. And so not only can he could mess up your teammates positioning or players on the map, he also can mess himself up when you're playing against him and at end games, and you throw yourself into the flames. And so Ollie just got too many things that needs to go right for him to be viable, and just so many errors that could mess him up or make him not lose battles, to why he ranked down here. But he's solid, to be honest. 34th place, we have Zack the Rhino. Now Zack is again another character that most people think is hot trash, But to be honest, he is not really as bad as you may think. But he's not as good either as well. Because of the main issue, his active is very difficult to use. I have gotten the hang of it over time, and I have gotten way better with it. But to be honest, it's very difficult, and it's just too many. Like with the ollie, it just need to be a lot of places. You gotta be at the right place at the right time. Cause if not, your horn can actually help players get away from you, or also keep players alive who you almost was close to killing. And so Zach, solid passive, solid weapons, solid attack, and solid HP. But his active is sometimes could be borderline his weakness, and that's crazy to think, as their ability is supposed to help you. So yeah, Zach overall good character, but he's just got too many things that need to work well for him as well. Now we're into the row of decent characters or good characters, but they may be overrated. Starting at 34, we have Poe. Now this one I had to just put into the ranking. This is not really an actual ranking of Poe because I don't know for sure. I couldn't put him at the bottom because I don't think he's a bad character, but I couldn't put him into the top of good characters because I don't know how good Poe is actually. But just by the little trial, he seems like he's gonna be strong, but I don't want to be prisoner of the moment. So I just gave him a middle ranking, but not middle ranking. So yeah, Poe, he could be overrated or he could be a good character. But yeah, Poe 34 because I don't know for sure. At 33rd place, we have Nina. Pretty much the same. I don't really know much about the little mole, but I figured that she might actually be a little better than Poe in my opinion. So that's why I put her at 33rd, y'all, to be honest. But yeah, Nina, the same. I don't really know much about her. I tried her with the trial and error. The little trial they let you play. She seemed like she's gonna be dangerous, as she could pop out, and then it does extra damage when she go underground, stay longer, and then pop out on the player. But other than that, I really don't know for sure, as I don't have Nina, and so I put her as well, like right next to Poe. And so yeah, these two rankings are not really official rankings, but I had to include them in here because I don't think they're the worst characters in Zooba, y'all. So yeah. 32nd place, we have Milo. Now Milo is a good character, you guys. Yes, the flamingo is a good character. Not only can he do a lot of damage, and if you got the proper instinct, his fringy dodger could straight up one-shot players if they're in the wrong particular spot, but he also got an advantage on the board map too. When he's on that water and he's trying to fight against Milo, man, you better be aware. You better be careful going against him. But other than that, Milo, he's a sniper, which could already be a little difficult to play with, but as well as he could sometimes get predictable as well. Like if you miss your timing with your little dodger thing, someone could time you well and get you up out of there. So Milo, he's a good character, but he just doesn't really got all the necessary tools to be a top great character, as his team mode is decent. But Milo, he's good. He's a good character to use. 31st place, we have Yara. Now Yara, the energetic singer, again, it kind of falls into the same plot of Milo. She's a good character to use, especially I just found out firsthand with her ability of spamming, and oh my goodness, like I said, you can feel like you can auto aim when you spam with her. But of course, she in general is a good team character, as she could heal and speed up her allies, and also she has the little red damage thing that could eat up a bunch of people at one time. And so Yara is a good character to use, but she kind of struggled with not having the mobility, that progression, like a third spear or like an actor that could jump her head. Like that's her mainly issue. And when she's not around the bushes, she could get countered easily by players that got good mobility, or either when she's going against someone that has high damage. But other than that, y'all was solid. Coming in at 30, we have Paulo's my donkey. But in general, I'm just being funny, y'all. Paulo's is a little overrated, and I even know that for sure. To be honest, this character is average across the board. He has average ability, he has average active, he has average HP, he has average speed. Like everything about Paulo's is average. He's pretty much just a normal Zooba character. Like this is how you just want to play Zooba. If you want to learn to play Zooba, be Paulo's, as he just got everything about him just average. There's nothing eye-popping or super strong about him, except for the fact that he could kick you, and if you make a mistake being an aggressive character, you could get beat down fairly easy. But Paulo's, it's just a simple character. He's just average. I'm gonna say be honest, he's just average, y'all. So yeah, average character, but he's not bad, he's not good, just average. 29th place, we have Larry. Yes, ever since Larry been buffed, he has been very viable in Zooba, especially on team modes. This dude can sneak you very well now, especially with the shotgun buff. His shotgun could be very scary on team modes, and also solos. He always been fairly good, and not even more better ever since he's been buffed. But still, Larry is just a solid character to use now. He's decent now. He's good. So like in the past, I used to think he was, well, not I didn't used to think he was one of the worst characters and not really good at all. But now he's a good character to use, and yes, if you get Larry, don't be upset. Be happy now because his new buff is very viable. But that's all that's really is to Larry. He ain't, again, the same like with Polo. There's nothing really eye-popping or just broken about him. So yeah, 29th place is not bad for Larry. At 28th place, we have Finn. And this one may shock some people. But now this is the one of the characters that are overrated. Finn is a good character, y'all. He's not a bad character. I ain't gonna say he's bad. But he's not as good as a lot of people hype him up to be. Yes, he has the one shot always in the arsenal with him maybe to spear chump someone. But in general, the long cooldowns with Finn allow him to be easily countered if you miss his chump. And he's kind of like in the same ballpark to me as Steve, but just better because it's more unpredictable. It's much harder to time. But he's kind of like Steve. He's a hit and miss character. And so if you miss, you be in deep trouble. But if you land it, you can seem, okay, Finn's almost unstoppable. And the mobility he has in the water is very good. His team mode is not as strong, but his solos is very good. And so yeah, Finn, he's kind of overrated, but he's not bad. Yeah, he's a good character to use. And so yeah, 28. 27, we have Buddy. Another character to me that is slightly overrated, and I'm the one that overrated, but who cares? That's my buddy, y'all. I love Buddy, and so me ranking him at 27 is showing how just I'm trying to be with this ranking video. Buddy, he has all the tools to think like, oh my goodness, he could slow players, he could poison players, he could do extra damage to players, he could fly, he drop extra loot. I mean, it just sounds like this dude could be unstoppable, but playing against him in game is not as difficult or as impossible as it may seem because of his low range on his attacks. To be honest, it's more so that if he had longer range, yeah, Buddy would be a problem, almost unbelievable. But because he got short range attacks, and also they're fairly long cooldowns as well too, makes him fairly balanced in my opinion. A little slightly overrated, but he is not overrated by as far as like how dangerous he could be going against it. So yeah, Buddy, solid character, good character, but he's just not the best character. He's not one of the top characters. At 26th place, we have Earl, and yes, Earl is a good character to use, y'all. And I know a lot of people think he's like not that good. Now I know most of y'all, my own subscribers, don't think that because I made a video about it, but they got people out here that don't think Earl is that good. But Earl is a very good character. Not only is he a tank, but also he has a way more consistent almost knockout punch when he grab a player with his claw. And so Earl, even though he could get countered if you don't land it and you get beat down fairly quick, him having the HP and also the ability to move faster going sideways, he's a high skill character. But in general, Earl is very solid as you can make room for Earl and still be in it with Earl because of his HP and the ability to be able to turn the tide right back into his favor with his grab. So yeah, Earl is solid to use, and we need to see more Earl players because he don't ever really be using game. At 24th place, we have Joy. Now guys, I just recognized I did mess up a little bit with some of my ranking tiers, but I'm not about to waste my time and go back to that. Y'all know what numbers the characters are ranked. Yeah, I have to show them. But Joy at 24, her damage is crazy, her stink is crazy, but the only issue is because she low HP with close range, and so that's only Joy's main issue, is that she could get countered when she's trying to fight you close range, and if you got high damage too, you'll get out. But other than that, Joy is a very good character to play against or even play with because of her high damage and be able to reveal enemies with her stink. And if you got other characters that use the stink, it could easily activate it for her as well. And so Joy, very good to use, 24, but she just got a little things that doesn't really work for a favor, like the hopping around, make you bounce the wrong places. So yeah. 23rd place, we have Donna. Now yeah, in my opinion, I believe Donna is better than Finn. Not only because you have more control of your active ability, her chump, but also her being like a real assassin and also having the HP to back her and keep her alive. So she's not a hit and miss character. Donna is very dangerous in Zooba. The only thing that kept me from not putting her into the top 20 best Zooba characters is in fact because she's bugged, and that bug is very annoying to play when you're playing with her, and also it could make you lose a lot of battles as far as right now. But if they ever fix that bug, Donna can move way up in my opinion, because I like playing with her as she is dangerous, scary, has high damage, and she's tanky. That's all you want for when you want to play with a Zooba character, someone that can do high damage and also can eat licks from any other enemy. So yeah, Donna, scary character to go against, scary character to play against, and also one just in general just a good character to use. Her long cooldown needs some fixing though. Come on, let's be honest. Almost forgot to say when we talked about Joy, this the tiers of all good characters in Zooba. And coming in at 22nd, we have Fuzzy. Now Fuzzy is a more of like a mean character, or more so like the low levels people's characters, as a lot of people like to do a lot of tanking or hiding with Fuzzy, which sometimes undermines or doesn't really display how good he is actually when you play and try to fight with the dude. This dude is very scary to go against. Not only is his solos is one of the best solo characters, him on team modes could be very of a problem too, as his bombs and his ability to slow players is just crazy. And also having good mobility and speed to get out of sticky situations is what makes this penguin one of the top characters to use in Zooba. His only problem is he can't be countered when you use your attack and you got to stand up for that brief moment. But other than that, he's very dangerous and scary to go against, as he could counter any speedster, any tank at any time if you just not use your attacks well. So yeah, Fuzzy, 22nd. 21st place is Quinn. Now Quinn has been buffed multiple times, and the buffs has really been very viable. And now Quinn is one of the best characters to use in Zooba, like one of the top tanks, underratedly good. Quinn has everything you need to succeed in Zooba. She can heal herself, and also she can heal allies, which makes her a very strong team character. She has the bomb dive, and once you gain the Primal Instinct, you're able to stun players. And also having good HP and fairly just easy, simple weapons that could deal a bunch of damage to her enemies. Quinn is all around just a solid character to use, as she's very basic as far as like attacks and abilities, but it's very strong in my opinion. As far as her able to bomb dive, the buff to allow that have that range on that could be sometimes a lot OP or broken. And so yeah, Quinn's solid character, very good character. She's just becoming just one of my favorite characters to use right now. I'm just being honest, y'all. 20th place, we have the Log Eater coming in the top 20, Betsy. And yes, how in the world can Betsy fall in this far but still keep a high ranking in my opinion? Because of the fact how the defense is so crazy and it's so good in general, y'all. Betsy is one of the best characters to use as far as the defense. She succeeds one of stats in defense better in my opinion, because of the fact she can actually dish damage out with her range, and also the logs could also work for her teammates now, as you can shoot through them logs, which could be very sometimes strong or broken, and could play enemies that didn't know that you could do this. So yeah, Betsy is a solid character to use. She's very good in blocking players off, and like I said, when you play her in the buildings or open spots that have like the barricade areas, Betsy could sometimes become borderline unstoppable. And so yeah, Betsy, I love Betsy, and she even after being there, she's still one of the top characters to get into. If you ever get Betsy, you'll be happy to play with her. At 19th place, we have Bruce the Ape. Now I have done a complete 180 on this dude. In the beginning, I never made a ranking video, but I always used to trash Bruce as being one of the worst characters, and to be honest, he was. But ever since he's been buffed, I didn't fully embrace how good he is till recently I started playing with him, and also my bro encouraged me to play with the ape more. This dude is a problem to reckon and a force to reckon with. Not only is Bruce damage is insane, but him in general just having the ability to not get knocked back is very viable to grabbing legendaries or grabbing loot for your teammates and squads. He's a great team character. He's a very good solo character, especially in the end game. He could become virtually unbeatable when the fire closes in. And so yeah, Bruce, he's solid, man. He's good. He's a good character. At 18th place, we have Buck. Now Buck, this is probably might be the closest Bruce was able to close to succeed and pass Buck, but I still had to put Buck ahead of Bruce because of his fury allowing him to go into a crazy mode, especially on team modes. He's still fairly strong, but you know, we all know what happened with Buck where he got nerfed, and so him falling this far in my opinion is kind of diabolical, and it's just borderline. It's just tragic to see a great character be this reduced to inside the top 20, but Buck is still good to use, y'all. Don't ever get it twisted, because he is still crazy and got the strong HP. But yeah, Bug over time, the nerf is painful. It's just painful, man. I still feel some type of way towards it. At 17th place, we have Ursula, quickly becoming one of the most strongest characters in Zooba. That's why Zooba immediately nerfed her, but it still haven't changed the fact this girl is borderline broken, and one of my favorite characters to use. I just love playing with her. The ice ball effect with the snowballs are one of the coolest features in Zooba. And her in general, when she frees you, it's just so long. It's so crazy, man. Ursula is, I just love Ursula. She got a special place in my heart. And then, you all know when she becomes virtually unbeatable when she go in the snow. And we all know Christmas time coming soon. I might have to make another ranking just to make sure that she have a ranking that is #1 character in the game, because we all know Ursula is most unbeatable to beat on the ice. And so yeah, Ursula top Zooba character. Her only reason she's down here because she's not really the best team player, but one-on-one PvP or anything of that nature, you ain't really mess with her. Don't really mess with her. So just leave her alone. Leave her be, man. At 16th place, we have Ruby, Miss One-Shot Artist herself. She was the reason I made the video with character that could one-shot you, because when I first initially started playing against Ruby, I did not know how much damage this girl was able to dish out, and she used to give me problems, and she's still giving players problems. She has not really been used lately. I haven't really seen Rubies like in the past I used to, but that doesn't take away from how good she is as a Zooba character. And so Ruby hot damage is crazy. Her only issue is because of the fact she is a little sniper, and also she don't really got the best mobility as far as like getting away from players. But other than that, her hot damage makes up for it, and her health is fairly good as well too. And so Ruby, man, she's scary, man. Like I said, she like Mike Tyson. So one little hit, it could change everything for her to be in her favor. So yeah, Ruby strong character to play. Coming in at 15th place is one of my worst nightmares playing in Zooba, and yes, it is Cali. Now, Cali, had not she been bugged, I probably would have ranked her as a top 10 character. And I know a lot of people would have been like, what in the world? Like, this might be the reason I might get some dislikes in this video. But Cali, in my opinion, y'all, I don't care really what nobody says about her. She is one of the best characters to use in Zooba. Not only is she one of the only characters that could attack her enemies while being invulnerable to their attacks, she could just dish out a bunch of damage when she also in the bushes with her damage up, which you get from the boost from above, or I mean not boost from above, but the hidden meditation. Either way, Cali is a strong character to use. Her ability to hop around and to just be elusive and being one of the best team characters makes her very solid to use indeed. And so yeah, I love Cali. The only issue is that she's not the best solo player, and so yeah, that kind of drops some points down as well too. At 14th place, this one may be a little controversial, but we have Shelly. Now, Shelly is one of the most diverse, unique characters in Zooba, as there are multiple ways you could go about playing with Shelly, but it's gonna all lead to the same thing. This girl is very difficult to play or beat in Zooba right now. Her shield that she gets from the Primal Instinct, and her in general, if you're able to know how to use her shield right, can make her virtually almost impossible to land attacks on. Shelly is one of the best characters to play PvP. I think she's the best one-on-one character in Zooba. Like, it's almost very difficult to fight against or beat a Shelly one-on-one. If she playing with healing items, you just hope that they just very bad at playing. Her team modes, while I have ranked it very bad last time I did a ranking with team modes, someone in the comment section actually turned me back around. As I remember, like you said, going in and out that Shell on team modes, Shelly is very good on team modes as well too. She's not the best, but she's not as bad as I have ranked her before the first time. And so yeah, Shelly is a great character to use, y'all, and do not get upset or underestimate the power of her shell if you get her at high levels. So yeah, Shelly. At 13th place, we have Frank the Tank. Yes, Frank, one of the best characters to use in Zooba. He's a great team player. He's an underrated solo character. Frank in general is just a great character to play with. He got hot HP. His active is very strong, both of them, to suck in and also the water bomb. And Frank in general, just his high damage output could be the game breaker when players be trying to take down the little man. Frank is just very good to play with. The only problem with Frank is he's fairly slow. That's his only issue. But if you get the rockets on, it could change everything for you. So Frank is a solid Zooba character. One of the best Zooba characters, that he's very tough to beat because of his ISP. But yeah, Frank, I don't really got much but good to say about Frank. He's the tank, he's the ballooning buddy, and he's solid to use. Y'all need to use Frank more. If you're not using him, start using Frank more. 12th place, we have Max. Another character I wanted to rank top 10 because of the pheromone, but I have to add some points with the pheromone and deduct them with some points without the pheromone. So Max landed, to me, in my opinion, as solid 12. He's not a top 10 character because the pheromone, without the pheromone, he's not as good without the pheromone. But Max, I still couldn't deduct him many points because he's not a bad character without pheromone either. He's still very strong and still very good to use as his bush rush. And him again as well, playing him one-on-one is dangerous as he could flip the tide right into his favor when he knock a loot out. And him on team modes is very good as well too, as like I said, knocking loot out, dashing in, him having good HP, and also just in general, Max just having the escapability to get away from sticky situations make him a difficult character to achieve or to catch, as he is very sneaky good. And so yeah, Max without the pheromone still solid, but with the pheromone, I would say borderline top 10 character. At 11th place, right outside the top 10, might be a shocker, but it is Lizzy. Lizzy is ever since she been buff, I have been, first of all, playing Lizzy non-stop because, I mean, she is almost broken, especially when you got the healing kind of stone. But Lizzy right now, y'all, if you're not using Lizzy, you need to start using her. She has a great advantage. Not only is she one of the best support team characters in Zooba to begin with, her now playing one-on-one or solo is dangerous. Like, she is a dangerous character to go against. Her spear range is ridiculous. The edges are still solid, and her HP allowing her to survive way more attacks makes her very useful right now. So Lizzy, borderline top 10. I want to put her top 10, but she just got a little deficiency as far as, like, I don't know, just being Lizzy, I guess, not making top 10. Don't hit on me for that, y'all. Now we're into the top 10. Make sure to like and subscribe, y'all. 10th place, we have Faye. Now this will be controversial because, again, I don't know why I gotta keep saying this. Why do I have to persuade you guys? Faye is one of the lethal characters in the game of Zooba. I can't stand going against Faye. Not only do she have 4 weapons, which more so like just a flex, because I mean the damage of the weapon, the 4th weapon ain't doing much for. It's just more so of a flex, but it's all about the ink, man. The sorry ink, and because she has the 4 weapons, it allows her to be one of the characters that could spam. And her spam, if you know how to spam very well with Zooba, Faith spam could be borderline scary. And once you get blinded, it could be night-night. And so, Faye, a most annoying character. I don't understand what the Faye hate comes from, or why people think she's not a good character. But you guys, you need to start using Faye way more and just practice one battle with her. Just go one battle. She's one of the best team characters. There's not much you can really do or beat her on team modes, and she can flip the tables on solo modes if she blind one player. Like, this is not old Faye, y'all. This is not the old Faye that couldn't have much mobility, that couldn't get away or beat players. But it's up to y'all. If y'all don't use Faye, I'm happy because I don't like seeing her anyway. 9th place, we have Jack the Howler. Oh, one of my favorite team players. I love seeing Jack on my team, man. I'm sorry. Every time I have a little Jack teammate, it just make me happy, no matter the level. This dude is the best team character in Zooba, not even close. And that really has carried him to why he's a top 10 Zooba character. If you're a player that play team modes, you should always have a Jack on your team. His boost he gives to his teammates and allies is crazy. Not to mention as well, he's bugged that if you play him on solos, as long as you know how to do the Jack trick to keep your active on, he could be borderline unstoppable on solos too. But if you don't know how to use the trick, he's decent on solos. But other than that, Jack is more so a team character, and the high ranking is more so how broken he is on team modes. And so yeah, if you got Jack, and I'm glad he's a free character you get on level 8. So yeah, Jack, great character to use. I love Jack. He's a top 10 character, yeah. At 8th place, we have Jade. Now, if she wasn't buff, she wouldn't be close touching the top 10. But ever since she's been buff, it's been Jade galore. Like, Jades are everywhere now, and for good reason. Her damage is crazy, her speed is insane, and in general, Jade just is a problem to mess with. Like, she's just scary. Around the bushes, she could borderline beat down any player, and you could barely even touch her or catch her because her fast, her looseness is ridiculous. And Jade right now just she's running the meta right now. It's ever since she's been buff, it's a bunch of Jade players. You gotta be aware of Jades at all times. She's one of the best characters to use, and one of the best team characters, a great solo character. Jade overall just had high damage and quick way to just quickly take down players, and the speed of her to just be able to remove herself from dangerous situation makes her one of the best Zooba characters to use right now. So yeah, you get Jade, don't you ever, I don't want to have nobody ever being sad getting Jade. Like, that's messed up. You say that. At 7th place, we have Phil. Now, even though Phil has been nerfed, it still don't take away how strong this dude is, and that's why he deserves to be nerfed. To be honest, he might even need another one, but we ain't gonna do that because, I mean, he deserves his high ranking because this dude is borderline almost unbeatable in team modes, as he could just continue to grab stuff for his teammates. He could even speed his teammates up if they fly through his trail. And also, Phil in general, because he becomes invulnerable when flying, can really mess up any player. Like, his flight could counter so many attacks from enemies. It's just crazy. And so Phil, one of the most best characters to use. His damage is great. He has good HP. He's just all around a great character to use. He's not top 5 because of his nerf. It do take some points away, but still in general, Phil is so strong, y'all. Like, if you ever get the hour, he's a lead 20 character, so it take a long while to get there, but you will not regret or not hate getting Phil because he is that strong. At 6th place, we have Nyx. Now, there may be a little bias, but I do like Nyx a little better than Phil, as her ability to have more control around ground speed. It's, to me, in my opinion, a little better than Phil hopping around with his little arrow leg. So Nyx, 6th place, she's not a top 5 character no more. I can't believe I'm really saying that. Like, she's not a top 5 character right now in Zooba. But Nyx is still very good. If you know, she do take some skill, you gotta learn how to play her. But her ability to dash and kite and counter literally any character in Zooba makes her still one of the best characters to use. And borderline, if you play her on the central zoo map, she could be unstoppable to beat because of the fact it's got a lot of open areas for her to just counter characters that rely on bushes and things of that nature. So Nyx still is one of the strongest characters to play with. Her team modes is solid, but she do get some points deduct from having low level Nyx taking the legendary from you. So yeah, other than that, Nyx is still one of the top characters, but yeah, I'm just surprised that she's not the best no more. I gotta really say that she's not the best Zooba character. At 5th place, we have Duke. Yes, Duke is a top 5 Zooba character right now in meta, y'all. Once you get the Primal Instinct, everything changes. Now, if you don't have the Primal Instinct, you may be looking at me sideways like, yeah, one, you tripping with this ranking. So, but once you get the Primal Instinct, you'll understand the diff to how great or broken Duke is actually. Like, this dude, it's almost impossible to miss his roar. His rage, he didn't get enough on his rage, but Buck did. Like, it don't make no sense. I don't understand. But his rage is still borderline crazy, and he's one of the few characters that could beat down any character. Even when things look like it's out of hand or he about to lose, one little Duke stun could put everything to bed. And so yeah, because of that, him having that knockout punch like that, and him having good HP, good weapons of choice, the cooldown reduction and the speed boost he get from his getting damage, makes Duke one of the best characters used right now in the game. And so great team character as well, yeah, as well. At 4th place, we have Suzy. Yes, Suzy. I was debated so much if she was a top 3 character or not. For a moment, I had her in the top 3, and another moment, I had her, she was 2nd. But think about it harder, and then my bro pushing me to knock her down because he kept on trying to say she's the best character in Zooba. That's the main reason why I put her down some more points. So Suzy at 4th place, but she's a great character to use, y'all. She's Suzy's just crazy. I don't really know what's much to say about her. The Beehive is the best sidekick by far. The Honey Bones, and if you play against Suzy against the Beehive, you're making one of the worst mistakes in this game right now. As her Beehive is almost impossible to beat, Suzy. Suzy got great damage, great health, just a great character. And if you get rockets for her, you could pretty much dominate the whole filler play. Now we're on to the top 3 characters. 3rd place, we have Nico. Yes, Nico, the most dangerous character when it comes to fighting in Zooba. No one comes close to how dangerous you are to instantly die going against one particular character than Nico. As his chumps does so much high damage, just so too much damage, and it consecutively comes and you can't really react to him. Nico is crazy right now in Zooba, and when you go against the bushes against him, it's almost borderline impossible to beat him. The only reason he is not the best character in Zooba is because of the simple fact he does struggle when he's not around his bushes. And so if you're going against any other character, I like, if you want to be the best character in Zooba, you gotta be viable at all places, at every place of the board, every aspect of the game. And Nico's just not that. And so because of that, he's top 3, but he's not the best. Second place, to probably to some people's surprise, or maybe to nobody's surprise, is Poco. Yes, Poco, even after being enough and everything that's happened to him, it's still, this dude is still too strong, man. He is still too strong because of his ability to auto aim his spit. He's one of the most simple characters to play in Zooba. Going against him one-on-one is a nightmare. Him having the canister on is addition to the already nightmare going against him. And him in general, just having the ability to crit shot you if you don't land no attacks on him, could pretty much put you to bed fairly quickly. And so Poco, one of the best characters. He's not the best character in Zooba, which will be a shock to some people, but I know some people may not be that shocked because he is beatable. But Poco is just so strong right now, y'all. It's just crazy. So yeah, you get Poco, you'll be happy. You get the Primal Instinct, that's really carrying him. That Primal Instinct is the main reason why Poco ranked this high. And number 1, we have Rocky, the best character right now, currently in the meta in Zooba. November, right now, Rocky is the best character in Zooba. And I don't care what nobody says, because in my opinion, there's no way they should have brought out a character that does this high damage with that much mobility, with that much range, and it's just so much Rocky has to his advantage that makes him make you put in the brain like, what was Zooba actually thinking when they came out with this character? The berserk mode, the long range spear, the high damage, and then once you get the Primal Instinct, even more damage per every person that enter your poison. You go one-shot enemies. Like, what were they doing? And then he got all the HP. He got 17. He got more HP than Duke. Like, and Duke is a problem. And it's I don't understand what the devils were thinking when they came up with this character. Rocky is out of his mind right now, y'all. Like, this. And when he's in berserk mode, like I always say, it's almost impossible to beat him. Like, you can't beat Rocky when he's in berserk mode, no matter your level. Like, this character is too strong. And when I say too strong, I really mean too strong. I'm not over exaggerating this. I am not trying to just say this to just say it. He got big bombs as well too. Like, everything about Rocky is just broken. He got a long spear. He got big bombs. He got good HP. He got high, super ridiculously high damage. Rocky right now is the meta, and there's literally like almost no possible way to beat him except you got Nico in the bushes. Like, and that's it. Guys, I'm done with this video. I'm done talking with this video. This video took me some time. I feel my voice feel a little ashy, but I'm glad I got this ranking out. Y'all let me know in the comments below what y'all agree with, what you don't agree with. I can't wait to see how some of y'all comments may be, who y'all disagree with. I want to see them, man, for real. Like, I want to see. So y'all comment down below to which y'all agree with or which ones you didn't like, because I know there gonna be some that was kind of looking at my ranking like, ooh. But for the most part, I feel like I made almost everybody happy. I was satisfied with my ranking. And right now, yeah, Rocky is king in Zooba. And so yeah, y'all like and subscribe. And I'm gonna be making more videos. I couldn't be making no video this week because I was very busy with life. So yeah, but I'm back. We're trying to make consistent videos with y'all. But anyway, I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.